As I look back over the year of 2024, I stand here in awe. And I stand here in awe of you because you're doing the work. If you're watching this video, you're doing some work. And I want to thank you because the consciousness is shifting. And it's because people like you are willing to do it, to face your shadow, to do what it takes to be the best version of you. When something comes up and triggers you or messes you up, you're willing to take a look at yourself to see what it is and do your stuff, take care of your stuff. And by you doing that, you raise your frequency, your higher frequency goes out into the collective, and the whole, all boats rise with the rising tide. So I'm here to thank you. And when you think about where we've been over the last 5 years, starting in 2020 to the end of this year, what has happened is beyond anybody's expectations. And I consider it, so it's really, it's been like a quick rise if you think about it in terms of the length of humanity in the last 5 years. I mean, I'd like to say it did this. Most of it went, right? We are up and down and back and forth and all the way around. However, it is happening. The new earth is ushering in. And those of us that can continue to do the work, we must, because we're doing it for everyone. And the beautiful part about that is each one of us benefits so much from doing our own work, from owning our stuff, from understanding that everything is energy. Because when you got something that you would label bad happen in your life, if we can look at it as an energetic experience, then we can deal with it energetically. Do you see how it drops away the good and the bad and the, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now, and the bad and the worst? Instead of all of that, we're looking at it as an energetic experience, and we can meet it with energy or process it or alchemize it or release it or do whatever we want with it. Just don't shove it back down in there, right? It's come up for you to see, take a look at it, and then work it so that you are complete with whatever it is that just showed up for you. And I have found in this year of 2024, I have had day after day after day, I am doing work. I don't think there's been a day in 2024 that I have not done some, what I would call, serious energy work on myself, because it's time for these karmic cycles to come to a close. It's time to bring them to completion. And I have done that consciously, and I've talked about it in some vlogs. And it's given me great peace of mind, peace of heart. I feel like my soul is expanding because I've done the work my soul set out to do when it came here. And I've actually brought that soul contract or karmic contract, however you want to talk about it, to completion. And that is a beautiful feeling. And think about the more of us that can do that, can you see how that will release strife and relieve a lot of the polarities and dualities that we've been working with. It's been, wow, it's these last 5 years, there's been so much polarizing activity in the world that is helping us see things that we haven't seen before. Working with shadow, you bring the light to it. I mean, you bring the light to the darkness so you can work it out and you can learn from it. So you can see it and acknowledge it, develop your energetic awareness, and then you can bring that to completion, whatever is that shadow in your life. And it all comes back to me. It all comes back to you. It's us doing our work. And that's why the collective is shifting, because we are willing to do it and look at it. And I know the new earth. I feel it. I can feel it. Those of us, how do I want to say it? Those of us that have been holding this vision for decades now, it feels so close, especially compared to how it was 20 or 30 years ago, especially before 2012. So when I think about this with such joy and excitement, because I now know it to be true that it's going to happen in this incarnation for me in this lifetime. And to think that that's happening for my children and my grandchildren and all of the students that I've taught over decades, I mean, it brings so much joy to my heart. So as I look back over 2024, it is with awe and with a tremendous amount of joy that I look back through the hardships of the year and the things that have happened, and even to us as a collective, the things that a lot of us wish didn't happen, except they did. And they have brought light to many dark pockets of shadow that we have in the collective that we get to take a look at as humanity. And those of us that know how to work with energy and process energy, we can do that. And that helps those that don't know how yet. Yeah, do it for you, do it for the whole. It's the same thing. So as we bring 2024 to a close, I thank you. And I just want us all to remember that we're in this together. I'm Connie Keene with Quantum Energy Infusion, where everything is energy.